YouTube, what's good? Welcome to another episode of New York Prison Talks. If you're new to my channel, I ask that you please like and subscribe and hit the like button. I like to send out messages to family members who have loved ones that's incarcerated that probably could take some advice, and people that's facing time that's about to go inside that's still out here. I thank everybody that's been commenting on my channel, giving me some advice and tips, trying to teach me how to edit and telling me to post more. I really appreciate the love. Today I wanted to talk about the Muslims. Now, Muslims is like a different kind of topic than talking about like Bloods and Kings and the Crips. It's like, to me, I always looked at the Muslims, and this is a fact though, but I looked at the Muslims, they are a gang in jail. It could be used as a gang. But I look at the Muslims as like another alternative. Instead of turning Blood or King or another type of gang, dudes like to turn Muslim as an alternative. Now, don't get me wrong. It's some dudes that turn Muslim and be on some really Muslim religious shit. But it's also a lot of dudes, strong crew, that like to turn Muslim instead of Blood and like to use that as a gang for protection. And I say this because I've been seen this happen many times. They probably new to the jail and they start talking to a few Muslims. Because a lot of Muslims like to bring a lot of young dudes in, whether it's for the good or whether it's for the bad. But it happens. And a lot of dudes use that term Muslim and they use that as more of a support family. And they try to eventually, I see the dudes that just turn Muslim or something. I see them get comfortable and get tough and act crazy. And then when they get into situations, they Muslim brothers is backing them up. Now, this happens all the time. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with Muslims backing up their people. You feel me? But I know dudes that really be causing problems just because they Muslim. Like, you was not like that before you turned Muslim. And now you turn Muslim. You eating with them. You going to Juma every Friday. You know a lot of more Muslims. You getting comfortable around the jail. And this is a lot of jails. This is basically in every jail I've been in. Because this is why I say they use this as a game. The Muslims like to run the phones. If they could get a phone, they could get slot time on the phone. They got phone position on the phone. They like to own phones. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's how they run it. The Muslims like to have their own tables and own areas. If you're not Muslim, you can't play chess with us. If you're not Muslim, you can't eat with us, And it's like a lot of them dudes like to use that as an excuse instead of turning Blood. Because as a gang, and it's known as a gang, they want to turn Muslim because it's known as a religion. And a lot of dudes do that because they probably be scared and they don't have nobody else. So that's why they turn Muslim. Now, I done seen it happen where dudes be getting shot because they getting into a lot of situations just because they want to turn Muslim. I done seen situations where dudes was Blood and Muslim. Now, this is a big topic. I seen this happen a lot. I seen this in certain jails where it really was a problem and they had meetings and all that. All the Muslims had meetings and then they would holler at the Bloods. They call it double gang banging, kinda on the low. They talking about you can't be Muslim and Blood at the same time. You feel me? Now, it's like, I don't know how that shit really could go. It's a lot of dudes that's Christian and Blood. But like I said, that Muslim shit is kind of like a game in prison. And I seen dudes have a meeting like, you can't be Muslim. I seen this happen. I remember this. I don't know if anybody know a dude named Cypher from Brooklyn. He from East New York. He was Muslim and Blood. Now, he was on some real Muslim shit, but he was on some real Blood shit too. He was on Blood time too. And it's like, you praying 5 times a day, faithfully. You eating with the Muslims, going to Juma every Friday. You fucking with all the Muslims. But when it came to the Blood shit in the yard, you was chilling with the Bloods. sometimes you might chill with the Muslims. It's like dudes felt some type of way. Cause it's like it's either you gonna be Muslim and ride with the Muslims when it comes to Muslim time, or you gonna be blood and ride with the Bloods when it's blood time. And that becomes a problem. That becomes a problem. A lot of dudes just be scared and they just want to turn Muslim. Some dudes be just Muslim and blood. They got two types of protections now. Fucking, I'm gonna be Muslim. If something happen with the Muslims, I'm gonna ride out with the Muslims. If something happens to me, the Muslims gonna pop and the blood's gonna pop. You feel me? Vice versa. The blood's gonna pop and the Muslims gonna pop if something happens to me. And it's like, I never understood that myself. You can't be blood and Muslim. That's mainly the Bloods and the Muslims. I don't really see that with the other gangs. You can't be blood and Muslims because like that's two different things. Now it's a lot of old heads in prison that's Muslim and that's real cool. Like I knew a lot of Muslims in jail. I knew a lot. I knew a lot of dudes. I remember when I was in Clan Annex, it was this one dude named Mustafa. He was nice with the hands. He had like 35 years and almost 40, something around that time. And he been around for a minute. He was like a big Aki. And you know, he was in Green Haven. He used to box back in the day when they had the boxing program. He was nice with the hands. Now a lot of dudes looked up to him. He wasn't gang banging, but he was on some Muslim shit. Now I don't know how far he used that Muslim shit to an advantage. All I know is he had that much time in where he was just chilling doing him. Niggas was scared. He was a knockout artist. Knockout artist meaning he one hit you knocked out. And he was getting, I seen him knock some dude out in the mess hall, get transferred. It's like I never seen him again. It's like some dudes is really built like that where they just be Muslim and they like the fake big homie, big Akis and they doing what they doing. Where they ain't gotta use Muslim as an excuse or anything as an excuse of why they Muslim or something like that. Now, there's nothing wrong with turning Muslim if you just trying to turn Muslim. You feel me? I know that the Muslims be having some fire ass Ramadan feasts when it comes to Ramadan time. You know, that's once a year, but I know that when it comes to the festivals, they festivals be jumping too. Festivals is kind of different kinds of festivals. Festivals you can have family events where people, your family might come, and you know it's like a fake party with inmates and shit. Fake party with dudes with the family and shit. Now when it comes to their food though, I'm gonna go back to the food. Cause I was cool with a lot of Muslims in prison. A lot of the old heads. Because a lot of them is Muslim. And it's like, I remember when it come down to the Ramadan time, Ramadan season, they come back with mad food. You know, they ain't eat all day long. So they coming back heavily. But the food they coming back with is food that's cooked from the mess hall. The mess hall food. It's child food, all of that. But they got a Muslim chef. They got a Muslim dude watching them cook the food and shit. And it's like the food is fire because they adding their own seasoning. They hooking it up the way they want to. It's no rules when it's coming to cooking the food because it's literally for the Muslims. And they coming back with big ass meals of rice and chicken and beef patties, a lot of beef patties, a lot of seafood. You know, they coming back with cakes, juices. They coming back with some fire ass food. It's from the mess hall, but the mess hall food, I'm not gonna lie, what they was making was came out fire because they was like, and this is in several jails I've been in during Ramadan season, and it's like, if you want to turn Muslim, and if you in a box, you could turn Muslim, change your religion or Rastafarian, because you turn Rastafarian, you can get a lot of the kosher meals too. Turn Jewish, you could get kosher meals. This is for the people that's in a box. This might that like to go to the box and shit. They like to turn Muslim or you don't really get no meals if you turn Muslim in a box. But if you turn Jewish or you turn Rastafarian, you get a lot of the kosher meals. When it comes to being Muslim and it's war, I'm not gonna lie, they be fighting like like they bloods. They be going to war like they in a gang. And it's like, it's nothing wrong with that, but I'm telling you, that's why a lot of them turn Muslim. This is the point I'm saying, because it's like they don't know nothing else to do but want to just gang bang as a Muslim. COs might not be on them, but COs ain't stupid. They know who's who. They be knowing who's who. I'ma always say that. They gonna know who's who. You one of the Muslims that like to just turn a lot of problems and shit. A lot of them dudes in prison, a lot of bloods like to do this. They like to wear the kufi and act like they Muslim. And they not even Muslim. They just trying to put that little kufi on their head. Little kufi is the little cap they be having the Muslims wear. They like to put that on their head when they go out to population and shit. Like the hats. A lot of hats do that shit. And they like to use that as an excuse. Like the COs is stupid. Like the CO don't know he blood still. You feel me? There's a lot of them dudes like to try to trick the COs, or like to trick dudes, and the next thing you know, you got a real Muslim that might be saying assalamu alaikum to them, and now the blood looking at them like, fuck you just say to me or something like that. And all he was doing was just shine you out because you got the kufi on your head. And that become a problem. I would never understand that. I always felt like that was disrespect with the Bloods doing that shit. They want to wear the kufis on their head for no reason, just because they trying to hide from the police. That's why they wear the kufi. They want to hide from the police. But like I said, the police ain't stupid. They know who's who. They know who's really Muslim or who's really about Muslim time, you feel me? And who's blood and who's really on blood time. They already know all that shit. After them dudes, them SEALs that got 20, 30 years in being a correctional officer, they know what's up. They seen it all happen many times. They seen it happen. It's just a cycle with dudes. Some young dudes thinking they know everything. But them SEALs know more. Them SEALs be knowing more. Now, if you want to turn Muslim, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to turn blood, that's not the route. I'm gonna keep saying that. That's not the route. You turn any gang, that's not the route. It's just because you just gonna catch new charges. You just gonna get into more problems and more fights. Muslims like to do the same shit. Well, anybody in prison be having weapons on them and shit like that. But when it comes to the wars and shit, all the Muslims are gonna want to fight. I didn't see Muslims beef with each other. It happens. Humans. It's always gonna happen. Nobody's perfect. People is always gonna argue with people. It's just some human shit. You feel me? It's not really much to talk about the Muslims, but all I know is a lot of Muslims like to work out too. But if you like to turn into, if you want to turn into a Muslim, use that shit as a good advantage, and not on some trying to gang bang. Cause I'm telling you, a lot of them dudes gang bang, man, with that shit. It's either you gonna be blood or Muslim, or just turn Muslim for the good and not the bad. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. I thank you everybody for coming to my channel. Please keep watching my videos, like and subscribe.